Good morning. Our main news. There are fears that more people are making the treacherous crossing across the Channel than ever, with up to 500 believed to have made the journey yesterday alone.
Now, it comes as leading charities accuse the government of failing to protect 200 asylum-seeking children who've gone missing from Home Office hotels. And Labour reveals its plans to crack down on the finances, essentially, behind those people who are in those smuggling gangs making all the profit. Jonathan Swain is in Dover, a place you're very, very familiar with. I mean, the reports you've done from down there have been, headline-making in the past. And, you've seen it firsthand. How bad is it this month? And talk us through what Labour would do if they got into power.
Well, Ravi, yeah, we've talked about this many times. We've been out on the Channel. We've been amongst the criminal gangs on the other side of the Channel as well, in Calais. Lots of governments have tried to tackle this issue as far back as the 1990s, when there was the infamous Sangatte camp. Remember that, in northern France as well. But it is a very complex issue. There is no quick fix for this. And what happens is the criminal gangs and the people smugglers just appear to be one step ahead of all the successive governments. In a way, they are sort of immune from the decisions that are being made by governments in France and in England. And Labour, what they want to do is set up an elite task force within the National Crime Agency to tackle the criminal gangs and also the source of their funds as well. But to be honest, this is already happening. The National Crime Agency are regularly making arrests and trying to disrupt the people smuggling network, not just here, but also in France as well, the cooperation with their European partners. And Labour also want to speed up the asylum decision process once they are here, to fast-track people back to safe countries such as Albania. But again, that is continued to be tried on a weekly basis, but yet it is fraught with legal challenges and legal decisions. But so the conversations are being had, which is a good thing, but the migrants just keep on coming.
We have to stop the boats, and this government will do what must be done.
The Prime Minister talking tough on illegal immigration last month. But the small boats just keep on coming. In 2019, there were just under 2,000 people who made the crossing. The following year, it increased more than fourfold. Then in 2021, the number of arrivals jumped to over 28,500. And last year, nearly 46,000 made the journey, with reports of another 500 migrants arriving here yesterday. It's big business for criminal gangs. Labour estimate people smugglers made £180 million last year, a 100-fold rise on 3 years before. The party blames delays in processing migrants here.
They're able to then say to people, look, pay your $4,000 to get across the Channel, and you're guaranteed to be in limbo in the UK for months and months, if not years.
Meanwhile, leading charities are accusing the government of failing to protect more than 200 missing child asylum seekers who'd been staying in Home Office hotels. The government, though, says it's working around the clock to find them.
This is nothing short of a child protection scandal. They're disappearing in front of the eyes of the authorities into the clutches of people who will abuse and exploit them.
With no ends to the flow of migrants crossing the Channel, all these promises to tackle the traffickers appears to be cast adrift. Jonathan Swain, Good Morning Britain.